lined up on the left side. Takes the pitch to Johnson. He gets outside. He's in! Mario Johnson! 2-point conversion! The Warriors are on! Unbelievable! 22 points! 16 seconds left.
Thing on there. That'd be phenomenal. His game winner.
What?
against SJ.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe we
yeah,
can
that's
update.
right. Yeah, that's right. Welcome to Coach's Corner. Joining us tonight, as always, Bobby Bigler, Billy, I'm John, and Nick Tedisco over there. And Coach Adrian Machado. Coach, congratulations, a fantastic start, 7-1. Kids are playing great.
Yeah, you know what? They're buying into the team aspect. I got a great bunch of kids. They all like each other. They all get along. It's pretty much easy to coach. And like I tell people in my school, just get the ball to John. You know, I mean, I think anybody could just say, get the ball inside. So they're doing a good job of
He
it.
really has, he's matured so much. I mean, I was talking to the girls refs last night, before the game, during your game, and I said, nobody can stop him. I haven't seen anybody that can stop him if he gets the ball in the low post.
There's only one person that can stop him, the referees.
Oh, yeah.
If they get into a mood and they just,
Like the flop that
The
the guy.
Stanislavski last night.
they were flopping
yeah.
last night, yeah.
Yeah, you know, he's done a very good job of not buying into the nonsense that goes. Like yesterday, the kid was on him, and you know, I know what the other
When he
coach
started
told
the
him.
game, I saw
Yeah.
that. It was,
Yeah.
he did a great job of controlling himself.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so I just basically told John, you can't buy into that. You know
Yeah.
what the Algonquin coach, whatever his name is going to do. He's going to send somebody to try to get you pick up some
Wild.
stupid fouls.
Yeah.
I go, don't buy into it. And then you know what? This team this year is a little different than the ones we've had in the past. Whereas yesterday, the game plan was to take John away. Well, they gave Ryan Caton, came in, Cole Fisher, all these guys open looks, and Caton I think made 4 in the first half. Cole made a couple. Drew, you know, we have a lot of guys that can shoot the basketball that are actually shooting it in games this year, which is a little bit different than we've had in the past. So it's a nice mix of kids. They know when push comes to shove, you know, you got to go to your go-to guy. But you know, sharing it, Harith had a phenomenal game yesterday.
Yeah, he
You know,
did.
he made a couple
Shot the
shots.
ball well.
He
Rebounded
was from
great.
Algonquin, by the way.
Yeah,
He
right,
came
yeah.
in here, so I think he had a little
Bobby
chip on his
keeps
shoulder.
telling me he lost a ton of weight.
Yeah, he supposedly lost some weight, and he got himself in some pretty good shape, and he's doing pretty well.
Yeah,
You
he's
know, it's
contributing.
a tough transition to where he played and what he's doing with us, because we run so many sets and we run a system defensively, and it's kind of hard on him. But he's been getting better. He's been getting better at it, and then the kids are doing great of trying to help him get the system, and it's working out.
Billy and I were talking last night too at the game, when we were sitting over there. I really think, and he's coming on a little bit later, I think Kamen has made a huge difference at the point. And this is no knock against any of the point guards that we've had in the past, but he doesn't give the ball up.
No, not
He doesn't,
much.
he doesn't, I know, you're a coach.
Not
but,
much.
From what we're seeing.
No, yeah.
Right, he doesn't
No,
turn
yeah.
the ball over, he can go to the hoop and dish. Yeah, I just think he's doing a great job.
No, he's doing last year he was a kid that I put on JVs, and he was not happy as a sophomore being put on JVs the first couple games, and you know, he basically worked his butt off, made varsity, ended up being my starting varsity point guard at the end of last year. Worked very hard this offseason on his body. He's always in the gym. He's a gym rat, working on his craft. And he came this year, and basically he's given me a point guard. And you know, in basketball, you got to have a point guard in the center in order to win. I mean, I firmly believe that if you have a good point guard and a solid center, you have a chance.
Right.
So, you know, he's not turning the ball over like he said. He's still trying to get him to get rid of the basketball a little bit sooner, and he's buying in. He's very coachable. So, and that's important, to have a point guard that's coachable.
Now,
You know, it's
Scaman the
still-
junior?
He's a junior.
Okay.
It's still relatively early in the season too. I mean,
Yeah.
you haven't even reached the halfway point
No,
yet.
definitely.
You know, so there's still things that you can work on. I've seen, you know, the games that I've seen is that you do go periods where the play gets a little sloppy.
Yes.
And you need to stay away from that. And I don't know how you work towards that. I mean, it's gotten you guys into possible trouble, you know, if that continues, but, you know, there's gotta be a way to work your way out of that.
You know what? It's usually it's weird. It's usually the beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah.
And it just gets stagnant. But against Westboro, it was
The
the fourth
beginning of
quarter.
the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You know
We
what I'm
turned the
saying?
ball over,
You know, they
like
got it-
3 times in a row, you
It's just a
can't do
little
that.
sloppiness, that's all.
Yep, and then you know what? In basketball, sometimes when you get ahead and it's almost like football as well. You get into that prevent defense. You
Yeah.
start, you know what I mean?
All
let
it does
guys
is
just
prevent
start-
you from winning,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
So when you're up by 20 or whatever, you start thinking this game's over. Then when they start making a couple baskets, you start thinking, oh my goodness, they're
Yeah, we
coming
gotta
back.
start playing again,
Instead of
and
just
yeah, you
worrying about the
can't.
next play.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean? And we're working on that. Definitely, it's Westbrook shot the heck out of the ball. I tell you that.
Other than that, I don't see, I mean, the flaws, I mean, Johnny's, like you said, get the ball to Johnny, they collapse 4 guys on him, he just tosses it out to the open man, I mean, it's just,
A very good point, Nick, very good. He has come leaps and bounds at dishing.
Yes.
When he gets double and triple teamed and they cut off the baseline. I mean, last night he passed it to,
Chris.
Chris,
a
yeah,
couple times.
a couple of times.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have made the shots. It was-
but it's so mature when he does that, it's great.
I know, maybe,
We'll let it that part.
maybe not.
But
Well, if I stood there for 10 minutes, maybe.
Adrian might have made
yeah,
it.
I don't know anymore. I don't know. My guys will tell you different. Although I will outshoot the guy that's coming on. I'll outshoot him in a
really?
3-point shooting contest all day. He can say whatever he wants.
No, he's saying no, he's saying no.
We're going to film that. We're going to film
It's
that.
been done already. It's been done.
Hey,
So-
one thing I like to point out too is what I like this year too is the different styles you guys play. You push the ball a lot,
Yeah.
you beat teams down the court, you get some breakaways, and when you have to play half court, you do.
Yeah,
And
no,
you
it-
can play it that way too, so it's been, in the past, I always had an issue with the fact that we sometimes only would score 40 points in a whole
Yeah,
game.
that's-
And I said, you
that's-
can't really win a
Yeah.
game.
rock
You're right,
fight.
you're
You'd
right,
be in a rock
Bobby.
fight. But
Yeah.
now it's almost like I became a better coach overnight because I got guys that can put the ball in the basket.
Terry Wallace said the same thing.
So, I got guys that can put the ball in the basket right now, so, let's go.
Hey, one
Terry
other-
would always running the same plays,
One more
Terry-
compliment for you.
I don't know about that.
Not to do with coaching much, but I was very proud that your tie stays on a lot longer.
No, not all the time, though.
Not all the time.
No.
We're
But
trying.
more times during the game than not.
We're definitely trying. Last year, Chris Foy and Noel Foy did this mindset thing with our team. We're trying to get us to be calm, breathe. I'm telling you, it worked wonders.
Really?
It works wonders. I'm trying to, the game against Westboro, 38 fouls.
Fouls in the second.
That was
I'm
crazy,
not
what
getting on
the
the
heck?
refs. Let you
No,
guys
that's
do it.
our
I'm
job.
not doing
That
it.
is our job.
But it's hard to get a flow when
Yeah.
so many calls
Adrian,
being
Adrian,
made.
Oh.
We played 20 minutes after the break, right? We played 2 8 periods, two
And a
8-minute
four,
periods
yeah,
and a
right,
4.
and a-
We played 20 minutes,
Eight-
38 fouls.
Right.
Two a minute.
And there were only 8 in the first
More than
half, right?
That's almost one every
Nine.
possession
Eight.
for crying
8,
out loud.
8, there were 8 in the first
Yeah,
half.
it was ridiculous.
But it's we're trying to be a lot more patient on the floor. In regards to timeouts, I'm trying to in half times trying to get away from the hooting and hollering and yelling at them and trying to coach them, tell them what they need to be doing. Because I think in years past I would just get on them when they made a mistake, and instead of just trying to correct them, tell them what they need to do. So I think we're coming along as a team. Everyone's we got a couple coaches. Ryan and all my coaching staff. I have the best coaching staff in Central Mass. I picked up.
You got Central Mass as your coaching staff.
I know.
And I have Coach Bebo
Yeah.
has helped us out a ton because he's just so calm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he, when the kids come out, he'll say something to them. The kids listen to him. They gravitate to him. And it's just good times. But it's still early.
Yeah.
We still haven't gotten to the halfway point. We have Wachusett on Friday, which is
Out there,
Tough.
right?
out
Out
there.
there.
Nice test.
Yeah, they're 3-0 in league. No, they're 2-1 in league. Where they just lost to Leominster, and we're 3-0 in league. So it's a good test for us away. I haven't beaten Wachusett in 5 years, so we'll see where we are on
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Now, the second, like you said, 7-1. When is the season over? Is it officially like at the end of February?
February 19th, I
Yeah,
believe,
yeah.
against St. John's.
Home,
Oh, okay.
senior night.
Oh, that's the.
I
that's
hope
the-
I can do that game. I hope we can
That'd be-
broadcast. It's a Wednesday night
That's a
game.
Wednesday night. We
Yeah.
looked at that. So it's done that early, and then hopefully we get to the 10,
Yeah,
right?
we get to the 10. And,
In the playoffs.
yeah, so it'd be nice. I haven't been in there in a while. Been 9-11 a couple of years,
Yeah,
and I think we have we have a good makeup of this team where we can play big, we can play fast. We're pretty solid defense. We've only played man all year. We haven't played zone or anything
I was
like
gonna
that.
say that when Bobby was talking before about everything. You're right. And this year we can play man.
Yes.
to me,
Yes.
it looks like we can stay with, I
Yeah.
mean, we didn't always stay with people,
No.
but we are staying with people. I think our defense has been really good.
Very good.
Really good.
And-
Of course, it makes a difference too, having Johnny in there, because everybody goes down the lane, everyone, they alter their shot.
Right.
They have to alter their shot, or else he's gonna make you eat it, or he's gonna,
Yeah.
stuff
We
it
also
back
have-
to half court.
We also have Cade down there who's taking charges, he's doing all the dirty work, isn't scoring 20 points,
Yeah.
but he's always guarding the best big guy.
Yeah.
He's rebounding, he's giving us a couple baskets when we need to against Holy Name and another team, he was making some big baskets, so, and then Omar's finally starting to get healthy with his finger, and we have.
What year is Omar?
Omar's only a sophomore,
Sophomore, wow.
so.
Yeah, the thing about Kay that I've noticed is he's really a role player. He's
Yeah.
got a role, he's
Yeah.
settled nicely into it, and he
Yeah,
knows what
definitely.
he's gonna take some of that pressure off of John, which he does.
No,
I know he does, so it's,
And he can score
It's
too,
great.
I mean, but I think
He's
gi-
strong. He's so
given up-
strong.
He's given up that part,
No.
because for the betterment of the team, I
Yeah.
think that's a great thing.
No,
Yeah.
definitely, and like I said, Cade's a leader. John, we just have a great group of seniors, and Coach D's always said, and even when we were back in the Bronco days, you win with seniors, and our senior class right now is, Cole Fisher's had a couple solid games, the last couple games, making some shots. I mean, he made a 3 from Dino range.
Yeah, we said that Wednesday, Friday night, we said that.
That was deep.
That was
Deep
deep.
for 57.
Yeah, so he made one from deep to at the end of the shot clock. He's been playing well defensively, so it's a good mix. You got to stay healthy.
Yeah, we gotta
And,
keep him,
yeah.
you gotta keep his head off the floor.
Oh,
Every time he hits his head, I get worried.
yeah, because he came off of that tough concussion that he had in fall league,
Yeah.
and he came back and he banged his head against. I think it was Holy Name.
Yeah,
That was
That
bad.
scared
I
us.
watched it
That
on
scared us.
tape a couple times, and that was
Scary.
pretty intense. But he's healthy. And he's,
Oh, you know what, we haven't talked either, you haven't been on, I don't think. Has he
Yeah,
been on since?
yeah,
No,
yeah.
Since the St. John's game in the
No.
Alaska
No,
tournament?
not
No.
since then.
That was a great game plan you
No,
had.
thank
That-
you.
It was a great, I thought, and then, it wasn't Power, the other kid.
Fratelli.
San Frantella.
San Fratelli.
He killed us in the second half.
Killed
He
us.
didn't miss.
No, he made the shot that he made that we kid around a lot in practice. We have guys that are supposed to have no help and just stay with a certain guy. And penetration came, and he made a dagger 3. We were down, by, I think, by 2
Yeah.
or 3. with a
Shot
minute
clock
30,
ran
something
down.
like that.
Yes, yes.
And I'm not gonna say the kid's name, but we failed to stay with the game plan, which was to stay there. Like, it's almost like the Belichick rule. Like, you want to take something away from the team. We try to take TJ
Do
away,
your
which is
job.
hard.
Do
Yeah,
your job.
taking TJ away is tough because he's so talented. San Frantella. So we want to have the other guys beat us. And
Right,
if one of those other kids beat you, you shake your hands and you say, you know what?
Right,
They were a
good
better
job.
team. But having him make that shot still burns me because he shouldn't have been able to take that
And
shot.
didn't we turn the ball over to, we had a chance
Yeah.
to cut it to 1 or
yeah,
or
but
tie it.
it was his shot that just.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
But it's a good test. I told my
It's a
guys,
good game.
you don't need to beat them in Alaska. You need to beat them in districts.
Right.
So now we know we can play with them. We have to get better because in years past we played with them in the first game. In the second
Right.
game they beat us by 30.
Right.
So I think this team's a little different.
Real quick, ratings wise, you guys won 2, I don't know, is there anything out there?
I haven't
that says-
seen anything
Yeah, I
yet.
haven't either.
It says,
I haven't seen anything yet.
power
Rankings like
rankings.
the-
Power rankings: St. John's is 1, Sutton is 2, and I don't know. I think they switched up because South has lost, North has lost, Leominster was behind us, Wachusett just lost. So we could be up there, but at the end of the season we want to hold that one spot.
That's right.
And I think that we have a team, like I said, that can possibly do that. We just got to keep
I
getting
think
better.
you do too. You guys get it all in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I think
Write your
is-
own destiny.
Yeah, and we've only been to a few games, Bobby's obviously seen all the home games, but the crowds have been good.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
The kids
the students,
are
very
there,
good.
the
Very
students are
good student
behind you.
support, yeah,
So what is that? To me, that says a lot about our seniors.
yeah, right.
Because
That's true.
that means they're somewhat popular in the school, that the kids, that they have a lot of friends that are gonna come watch them play, and that trickles down to the other classes. So, we tried, Jay Costa's done a very good job with the culture of Shrewsbury. Hockey kids come to our game.
Yeah, right.
We played a game, I forgot who it was, we played against. It was a Bronco game, I think it was, and our game was done, and our kids, St. John's played Shrewsbury
hockey,
in hockey, so
right.
our kids drove over to watch the
North
last
side,
period, you
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
So, that's something that in it's good, it's good climate, you know what I mean?
It's good camaraderie.
Yes,
It
it's
really
phenomenal.
is.
Yeah.
So they all get along, which is good, says a lot, says a lot about the program.
Yeah, you're right.
Really, really, really good. Now, how about the JVs and JV ones and
Somebody in there?
JV twos?
Yes, JV1, I think JV.
They've lost one or two?
JVs have lost 2, they just lost Algonquin,
Yeah,
last
told me
night.
that wasn't
No.
wasn't coaching, and the spread was too much.
Is it Pat Russell still coach?
Yeah, Pat Russell's freshman coach, and they
Oh,
ended
freshman
up,
coach.
they ended up beating our freshman team.
Yeah.
So, but our freshman team has 3 losses, and our lost to St. John's, and they lost a close one to Westboro, and they lost to Algonquin. And JV's is 5-4-2, 5-2. They're doing pretty well.
We're gonna take a break, obviously, and music. Me too. We'll be right back with something that,
That was Mark.
What do you think we did?
Don't it feel like heaven right now? Don't it feel like something from a dream? Yeah, I've never known nothing quite like this. Don't it feel like tonight might never be again? Baby, we know better than to try to pretend. Honey, no one going around talking about this or that. The waiting is the hardest part. Every day you see one more card. You take it on faith, you take it to the heart. The waiting is the hardest part. Well, yeah, I might have chased a couple women around. All that ever got me was down. Yeah, then there were those that made me feel good, but never as good as I feel right now. Baby, you're the only one that's ever known how to make me wanna live like I wanna live now. Say, the waiting is the hardest part. Every day you get one more yard. You take it on faith, you take it to the heart. The waiting is the hardest part.
So, Nick,
Be back.
Greg.
Oh, okay, we're back. Well, that was kind of different, right? Joining us here for the second half, Ryan Caton and Cayman Warburton. Welcome, gentlemen. Tremendous so far. Really impressive. Cayman, I know you were in there and you heard me. I really think you've made the difference. I do. Ryan, no slight to you, but has it been difficult giving up the shot to run the team and?
Well, in the beginning it was. So coach has been telling me, drive to the paint. I know you're a score first point guard, but I need you to change for the team and make the team better. So starting the beginning of the season, it was a little rough, but towards the end of the season, like the following games and stuff, it was easier to get into the paint and then drive and kick, get him open for shots, Cole and other guys.
Ryan, you two last night, phenomenal. I mean, it just rained down the threes. And if they drop down on Johnny, you need to have that, because in the past, we always talk among ourselves, is if you get that drive and kick and you don't make that kick shot, it doesn't do you any good.
Yeah.
Last night, you just flowing. It was great.
Yeah, and John's very unselfish. Like, he could honestly get the ball and go up with it every time, but he always looks for the open guy, and he always makes the right decision. So I mean, I have so much faith in throwing into him and get open, relocate myself for a better shot, and I know he'll give it back to me, or if he has an open shot, I'll go up with it. So it's so easy.
I'll tell you, Cayman reminds me of my cousin, Bobby Vartanian. When Bobby was a junior, Bobby was able to ball handle very well. And he could get his shot if he needed to, but Bobby also passed quite well. And he reminds me a lot of.
Coach was a heck of a player.
Yeah.
He's a very good basketball player. So I think you need to take that as a big time compliment. He's one of the better players come out of Worcester.
Yep.
So,
Adrian, tell us a little bit about both of them.
Oh, Ryan Caton, to me, I remember seeing him as a sophomore, as a little tiny kid just making threes. Like, oh, Lee, who is this kid? I didn't know who it was. And I go see him, and he'd be raining three after three after three JV games. Sometimes he'd have like 6, sometimes he'd have 7 threes. I don't know what the highest you've ever had, but he was just, and then as a junior, he came in, didn't shoot as well probably as he'd like to, but definitely was in practice, working on a shot, became more, I saw him a little bit more as a defensive player last year, tough, gritty, and then this year he's doing it all. I mean, he didn't start the year, probably didn't play as much in the preseason as he probably wanted to, and he's taken a leadership role on the team, makes the open shot, always defends the other team's best player, and he passes the ball a lot better than people think. He always gives the ball to John in positions where John doesn't have to bring the ball down, and John can just turn around and shoot. So he's doing a lot for us, and I expect him to keep doing that. And in regards to Kamen, like I said earlier, he's come a long way. He's a score first point guard. He wants to put the ball in the basket, but he's giving some of that up just for the betterment of the team, getting other people involved. And I tell him all the time, I'm like, if you have Ryan Caton on the right side knocking down threes, you have Cole Fisher on the left side knocking down threes, and you have John commanding so much attention, that's going to open the game up for you if you get these guys to get set up in the beginning of the game, and then later in the game, they're not going to be able to help as much. You'll be able to get to the basket.
Right.
So, and he's buying in. So he's doing a good job defensively. So, it's my starting backcourt. And I'll put them up against anyone because they're unselfish and they think team first.
Well, what you just said, it was about Ryan, that he wasn't a starter at the beginning of the year, but guess what? He's earned it, right? I mean, and isn't that what it's all about?
Definitely.
It's what you do out on the court, and that's a great thing. Where'd you guys start playing basketball, and how old were you? Ryan, first you're the senior, so.
I started with travel basketball, in Shrewsbury, so there's 3 different teams, and I started on the lower team. I wasn't the greatest when I was younger because I could never really dribble. So I started there and then just kept playing.
So how old were you though?
6 or 7.
Yeah.
Started young, and then baseball was always my first sport, and then I kind of got better and better at basketball and started to enjoy it more. So I started playing more and more basketball.
Where do you play baseball?
I played second and third.
Second and third?
Yeah.
All right, Damon, when did you start?
I started when I was about 4, playing AAU at 4. So,
AAU, they have a 4-year-old team? Wow.
Yeah, Sting.
He's been, I don't know, this guy, he's been playing basketball. I've known
He's a gym
Kamen
rat.
since he was
He is
a
a
little
gym
kid,
rat.
for
Yeah.
many years. I didn't know he lived in went to Shrewsbury schools. I didn't know he lived in Shrewsbury. I didn't know any of this. I just figured him as a kid, and I've known him for many years. He's been playing basketball for a long time. Again, I don't steal his spotlight, so.
No, but just like Ryan, I played baseball too. I played at Ted Williams in Worcester, and I just started to get better at basketball rather than baseball. But baseball is a natural sport for me. So I started working on basketball more and seeing that was doing the
You
better
still
for
playing
me.
baseball?
I stopped freshman year
Yeah, you did.
because of basketball.
Yeah.
So.
I love watching your mother watch the game.
Oh, she's great. She takes the whole game on her phone. It's
She's
great.
in- I said to you, I told you, I was talking to your sister last night, and I said, your mother's pretty intense, huh?
Yeah.
She just busted out laughing. It was really funny.
She's probably one of your biggest coaches, I bet, right? Yeah. She doesn't.
His sister had 4 threes yesterday.
That's what I said. I throw his sister. I
4
said,
threes.
she's a better shooter. She's a better shooter
She's tall, too.
Oh, yeah.
She's tall for a freshman. She
Yeah.
really is.
I tell you what, Scaremont's doing a great job over there.
Yeah, he is.
doing
Well,
a very
they-
good job.
You
They-
both
they-
have the same record, right?
Yes.
7-1.
And
Cool.
he's definitely, got the girls playing pretty hard, pretty well, and he's got a nice young crop in JV, so that the future's bright
Yeah,
there.
JV team.
It's
is,
so nice when you have talent.
Yeah,
Wow.
it
A
is.
lot easier.
It is some, that's right, we were
better
talking
coach.
about that before, how Terry always used to say, oh yeah, I'm a lousy coach this year. He never said it on the show,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he would say it to us, oh, I'm a lousy coach this year, and they'd say, oh yeah, you are.
But it's just fun. Like right now, Shrewsbury basketball is doing pretty well, 14-2
Yeah.
between the two teams.
And like
we
you
both
said, the JVs and for both sides are
Yeah.
both doing great, so.
doing pretty well, so the future's bright. We both have a tough test on Friday. I think the girls play tomorrow night against Fitchburg home.
So you're not playing tomorrow?
No, we
Oh,
moved that
okay.
game to the
This is a
following
makeup game.
Thursday. Yeah, Thursday.
Oh,
We moved
oh.
it to the following Thursday, and we have the Green Machine, who's
Tough game.
We've beaten St. John's more times than we've beaten Wachusett in the past 5 years. Imagine that.
That's amazing. That's
You know,
amazing.
so, and then we play Wachusett, we get Wachusett twice a year, and we just.
You guys get
outnumber
amped
them.
up for them?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I know, they're always good, and how many years have they won the league? Quite a few,
Yeah,
right?
them and Algonquin, they've been co-champs they've either won the championship or been co-champs the past 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're good, he does a good job.
Is it tough to play out there? You guys played there last year. Is it a tough,
Well,
Yeah, it's
tough
pretty
gym?
tough to play.
It was
there.
tough for me last year because the game at home, I got into a little scuffle.
Oh,
and
I
then
remember that.
When I went to Wachusett, I just got suspended for something that I didn't do, but it was.
I'll elaborate a little bit more. He got in a situation with a certain player on the other team, and the kid fell down, and Drag came in down with him, and the referee said that came in, started the whole thing, and came and got tossed from the game and got suspended our next game, which ultimately killed us because we were 7-9 going into the Braintree tournament, and we turned the ball over 30 times against Braintree and lost by 2.
Wow.
You know, and obviously if we
Yeah,
had
with
him,
Cayman, you wouldn't have done that, yeah.
maybe you turn the ball over 25 times, but, you know, I'm not saying he's gonna turn, but, you know,
Yeah,
we've
right.
had more
No,
opportunities
you're
to
right,
score,
right.
so.
No,
But
absolutely.
I think, you know, we gotta make sure our emotions are right, and when we go there on Friday, kinda like, you know, last night against Algonquin.
Yeah.
Bad blood between the
Yeah,
two teams
really,
from
really,
last year.
yeah.
And I just told the guys, we just gotta make sure, we're here for one reason. We're here to play basketball and
Get the
play,
W,
and get
right?
the W and play as hard as we can and let the score take care of itself.
Yeah, could have
You know?
got out of control too.
Yes.
One kid was,
Yeah, that's,
Little
yeah,
chippy.
we'll leave it,
I
that's
give you
how
guys
it
credit for
gets.
restraining yourself. I know you
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
ready to go, but I said you did a good job keeping yourself in the game and.
Well, you know, it doesn't get, you guys don't have any you really don't. You don't have any softies,
No.
even within the league. I mean, the league consists of Leominster, Shepherd Hill, Wachusett, Algonquin.
And us.
And,
Yeah.
You know, it's not
Shep-
easy.
Shepherd Hill's been down a little bit, but they just beat, I don't know, they just beat Tantasco, who's pretty good, and they gave Wachusett a run for their money at Shepherd Hill. So Burnsy's a pretty good coach, and he's get them playing hard, and any given night, like Coach Khan always says, respect all, fear none. And that's our motto, you know, you go there, you give them respect, but at the same time, we're not gonna go there being afraid, we're gonna go there and trying to, you know. do
How's
our
the
thing.
split been so far with home and away? Some years, it seems like you're at home the whole last 2-3 weeks,
Yeah.
and you're away in the beginning. How's it been this year?
I think it's been pretty even, except for the makeup with Fitchburg. You know, Fitchburg was supposed to be an away game early, so we have to make that one up away. I think we have, out of our 13 games, I wanna say we have, maybe another 5 at home? 5 or 6 at home.
Oh, so-
But we have a tournament as
Yeah.
well.
Do you do the
So,
tournament at
we
the
do a
end?
tournament at the end
Yeah.
at Westford, where we play against a Braintree team that
Yeah.
has a point guard that, he's a very good basketball player, very good.
Do you guys, I don't know, I might have asked the guys the last time, do you guys have, like huddle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you do? So it's,
So you can
so you can watch?
Yeah, we watch
Yeah,
film
we
before
do-
some
we do
practices
film.
and we go over.
You know,
stuff.
you know what I like about our league? Everybody plays city ball,
Yeah,
city type ball. It's rough,
yeah, yeah.
it's tough,
It's physical.
and it's fast, and it's good.
Yeah, it's you know what, it's very physical, and, you know, every game, it's pretty chippy. It can get chippy
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit, you know, but as long as the kids respect the game and they don't do
Yeah.
anything dumb, you know, let them play hard, you know,
Yeah.
that's basically it. And play for the team.
All right, we're almost out of time. Fresno State?
Fresno State.
No, where are you thinking of going?
Looking at like URI, Endicott, Fairfield, Merrimack.
Endicott,
All nice
the
schools.
beach, yeah.
All nice schools.
Yep.
You'll do well.
Yeah. What
Just
do
go
you-
to class, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you wanna do you know?
I'm like business undecided right now, so just gonna.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, you do have plenty of time.
Yeah.
18-year-olds shouldn't be making those decisions.
Yeah.
He wants to keep making threes. That's what he wants to
Yeah,
do.
right now,
Keep
right
defending
now.
and making threes, that's what he wants to
It's
do.
going for 1,000.
There you go, hey.
In one season.
Let's see.
Thanks so much and good luck
Yeah,
Friday
good luck.
night.
Good luck.
Go out there and bring home the win. It'll be a lot of fun. Coach, good job. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, I would think, and we'll be back here. We'll see you next time.